things on the internet that we make go viral. 6 words on my Threads account generated 50,000 views in maybe 6 hours. The topic, Love Island USA. And you know what? I actually don't mind the fact that that is the post that went viral on my Threads account. I mean, as opposed to on TikTok, the number one video right now is a video that I made in Dollar Tree talking about energy drinks. So as a Nicolandria stan and one of the videos on my page being about them, I really don't mind that on my Threads account, the thread that I decided to write at 3 a.m. with my eyes half shut is what actually did numbers on my page with less than 100 followers. I'm not mad at it. The 6 words that sent the internet in a tizzy is the silence from Shelly is astounding. 6 words. The silence from Shelly is astounding. So if you watch Love Island USA, or if you are in tune with like pop culture and everything that's going on, then you would know the whole lore behind it. But I'm going to give you the TLDR on it in case you haven't. Love Island USA is a show where singles, usually in their early, mid, late 20s, go to an island for I think close to a month or 2 months, 8 weeks. And I think of it as like a real life day-to-day Truman Show. It's like these people know that they're being watched at home. They don't have access to the outside world, any outside devices. The only devices that they can use are the phones that are permitted on the grounds and on the campus. And of course, they've decided to sign up to be a part of the show. They have the original set of people that join the island, girls and guys. This is a heterosexual show, so like girls and guys. And then they drop in bombshells into the villa as it goes on. People get eliminated. And at the end, the winning couple gets $100,000 that they can either split, so on and so forth, whatever. But like the whole end goal of Love Island is to find love, win the money. But you know, of course, strategy comes into play. At least I believe so. Everybody isn't necessarily there to find love. Some people just want to get there to make the money, get the notoriety. Because more often than not, if you've been on the show of Love Island, you are going to be famous when you come out of there. From what I understand, they actually have therapists and people that they have to talk to while they're on the show to make sure that their mental is good, because it is a very taxing situation that I don't think anybody would truly understand unless they themselves were in it. Which, you know, a lot of that might be psychosis coming out of the villa. To be honest, to go from being whatever you were previously, even if you were involved with media, to everything that you've ever posted being scrutinized, edited, saved, people following you, you become an overnight celebrity. You can't go in public without people seeing you or clouding around you. Like, that gets to be very intense, I'm sure. And that's also coming from somebody that worked in media for a little bit. You know, there's a lot of nuances that like day-to-day people don't understand. I mean, even just for me, with my somewhat viral Threads post, I'm getting attacked from what I'm perceiving as an attack left and right over 6 words, you guys. 6 words. They're sending people into this long discussion and picking sides. And the reality is, we do not know these people. The reality is, this is entertainment. The reality is, there is way bigger fish to fry than an internet upset. And honestly, when I post this video, I might just post it on my Threads account. This is what I need to get to my 200 subscribers, maybe even 500 subscribers, because somebody said to me under my post that I should touch grass or something of that nature. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe you should touch grass because you read my post, did not like my post, but proceeded to respond to my post anyway and tell me that I need to get in touch with reality. When in fact, you're projecting out onto me because you felt the need to comment. If you really didn't like it and you really wanted to go away, you wouldn't give it energy, because where energy goes, where attention goes, energy goes. You're literally giving your emotional energy to something that you don't want, which is like a cardinal rule. Like, you do not give your attention to something that you do not want unless you want it to increase. Case in point, terminal illness. Somebody's sick, they don't know that they're sick. They feel sick, but then somebody tells them you're sick, and then they start obsessing about, when am I going to die? When am I going to die? When am I going to die? It's like the moment you realize something, that's when it hurts more. You have a cut, you burn yourself, you see the blood, and then all of a sudden you feel everything. But 3 seconds before, you didn't see it, you weren't thinking about it. Your attention wasn't focused on that. Your energy wasn't flowing there. So for you to see something online that you don't like, comment on it, and then try to attack somebody else, you are fully out of your frame. Sir or ma'am, you are fully out of your frame. So like, the whole issue doesn't even become Love Island. The thing that I love about Love Island, the show, is it mirrors real life dynamics. People are commenting on my post, well, what do you want Shelly to say? What do you want? Who said I wanted Shelly to do anything? Did you read what I said? The reality is, I do not care. I am unattached to what Shelly does or does not do. For my own internal contemplation, entertainment, enjoyment, thought, I thought it was interesting that she was silent. The silence from Shelly is astounding. That doesn't mean I want her to talk to her. I expect her to talk to her. I'm going to run her down in the streets and tell her what she should do. No, I don't care. I don't know these people. And y'all, that's the only thing I can say I agree with the trolls on my page about, is we don't know these people. We only know what we see. But from what I can see that I've seen this before in my own real life. I love Olandria, for example, because she is representing the textbook experience of Black women in America in many ways. And she is handling it with such dignity and class, but also standing on her boundaries unwaveringly. And I love that, and I support that, because that's what we, in my eyes, should be more of. Now, if you disagree with me, if that's not your worldview, baby, you live yours. Trust me. Because when I'm on Threads and I see posts that I disagree with, I read it, maybe half read it. If I'm really interested in the thought, I might give it like another second. I might just sit there and be like, And then you know what I do? I scroll. Amazing, right? Like, the ability to self-contain and regulate and just be like, that's a weird take. I don't know how I feel about that. What else is there to read? Maybe what do the comments say? Oh, that's really funny what they said. I'm gonna like what they said. Okay, let me go to the next post. Let me go live my life. That's enough threading for the day. I don't feel the need to go on the post and tell the person, oh, you need to go touch grass. How about you go touch grass before you come over here in my reality, in my world where I'm minding my own business, posting my own thoughts on my corner of the internet, and tell me what I should do. I had somebody else tell me STFU. Girl, if you don't get off my post telling me to stop talking, getting on somebody else's post and telling them to be quiet is crazy. I saw another thread where somebody was like, you thought you had a say? I love deleting comments. Yo, honestly, it's like a catch-22. Sometimes I delete the comment. Sometimes I mute the person. Sometimes I block them. I don't deal justice. Excuse me. Sorry, that was gross. I don't deal justice out to people the same. It's like a case by case basis, okay? I don't give too much emotional energy to it, but whatever I'm feeling like is what I feel. So it's like when you get on my post and you tell me STFU, girl, you're in my world, baby. In my world, I can silence you. In my world, I can block you. In my world, I don't have to even look at you. I don't think I blocked her. Just case in point, I do not think I blocked her. I think I responded and I was like, girl, I wanted to read her and I wanted everybody to see me read her. So I left the comment and I responded. And I was waiting for her to say something back to me because I was like, you know what? This is one of those days where I got time. Like day to day, I self-contain, I self-regulate. When people say stuff I don't like, I don't respond necessarily because it's not beneficial overall, or you know what I'm saying? But like on the internet, I have the right to be a little messy. So I got a little bit of time to be a little messy in a public place. A respectful bloodbath, on a Monday afternoon. Love that for me. It's entertainment once again, because how deep are you going to go into this post that I literally wrote with my eyes half shut? Wow, my power. My power is immaculate. Wow, that's crazy. 6 words. And you're upset like this, girl? Oh my word. So anyway, she was like, STFU, you don't know these people. What do you want them to say? Oh my God, all these assumptions in the post. I'm like, girl. I was like, telling somebody the STFU on their own post is diabolical. Like, how are you gonna get on my post and say that? And maybe before you told me all this, you should have went and self-reflected. Like, that's literally what I said. Because it's like, the point in me saying the silence from Shelly is astounding came from the perspective of me looking at real life, real world examples. Because if you have any glimpse of any life whatsoever, then you can see how these dynamics play out in your own day to day. And even when put on the big screen, people are going to stay true to their habits. Okay? And I think that is the most interesting part about it. Me personally, I don't care whether Shelly does or does not address the comments. I do not care. I do have a deep love, parasocially, for Alandria, if you will say that. I am a Nicolandrian stan. I am a part of the cult of Nicolandria. But for my own reasons. That's the reason why anybody joins a cult, a religion, a belief system, is because it aligns to something inside of them, for good or for bad. No in between, for good or for bad. Take that for what it will. I've accepted mine. Some of the people in the comments have not accepted theirs. The fact that a post that took me 2 seconds to write is having you tell me to STFU on my own page. Girl, did you know that this is my corner of the internet? Did you know that you do not have a say? Like, if we're going to engage in polite, respectful banter and communication, then that's what we can do. But if you want to get nasty, if you want to start doing personal attacks because you're losing an argument because your argument is weak, because you say something that isn't substantial, because you write in such grammatical deficit that I'm deciphering hieroglyphics, before you come on my corner of the internet and attack me, make sure you have all those things intact and a good case. Because if you look at my thread that I made, there's a few people I agreed with. There's a few comments that I liked, responded to, etc. And I even commented to one girl. I was like, you commenting on something you hate, how does that benefit you? You're commenting on something that you hate. Is that benefiting your life or my life? Because as far as I can see, you're benefiting my life by trying to come in and state your general displeasement of something. If you don't want something to grow, don't pay attention to it. So this is our philosophical, higher vibe thought of the day as it ties to this encounter that I had on Threads. If you're not following me on Threads, follow me there. I post my stream of consciousness thoughts over there. Daily content is on TikTok. Also here on YouTube, I'm posting every day, either long form video, short form video, or both. I've definitely been killing it over there on YouTube Shorts. In fact, a lot of y'all that are following me from YouTube Shorts. So I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the love, the support. So if you haven't, make sure you do subscribe. But the higher vibe thought that we're melling in today in this car yapping session is only put your attention on things that you want to grow. If you don't want something to grow, do not give it any of your energy. If you continue to give it thought form, you're going to make it into something that you're going to act on. What you think about, you bring about. As a man thinketh, so is he. If you're thinking about it, you're going to bring it about. If you don't want it to come around you, don't think about it. Don't focus on it. Focus on the good. You know, they say that in the scriptures. Focus on whatsoever is good. Focus on whatsoever is lovely. Focus on whatsoever is just. Focus on whatsoever is such and such and such. Little internet training as well for some of y'all people. If you see something that you don't like on the internet, you do not have to respond at all, actually. You can use your free will and power to not respond at all. And you know what? Sometimes not responding is better than coming up with a long answer that nobody cares about. Because the reality is, most people don't care, baby. They don't. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news. No response is a response. The only reason I'm making this response video is because I didn't make a video today, number one. And in the video I made earlier got corrupted. And number two, I'm running off the clout that I created for myself. What clout have you created for yourself to be able to attract love, abundance, prosperity, joy into your life? Instead of focusing on some people that you will never meet, never know, don't care what's going on in their world. If you do meet them, it will be for a split second and they will never remember you unless you're personally working with them. And if you're personally working with them, you wouldn't be talking crap about these people on the internet. So, do what's best for you and focus on your own business. Don't give your delicate energy to anything that's not in alignment with you. And on that note, I'm pulling up to the toddler park with my kid. So I'm gonna have to let you guys go because it's bonding time with mommy and daughter. And me and you guys will touch base at another time because you're gonna make sure that you subscribe. You're gonna make sure that you follow me on TikTok, and you're gonna make sure that you follow me on Threads. And if you want more Love Island USA content, you can watch the video I posted a couple of days ago talking about Alandria and the fact that they're jealous of her, because they are. So I hope you guys have the day that you deserve. I hope that all is well in your world, and I will see you guys in another video soon, most likely on YouTube Shorts.